My dear students, previously we have learned the reaction of metals and nonmetals with water and oxygen. Today we are going to discuss about the reaction of metal and nonmetals with acid and bases. Acid and base are two very important type of chemicals. What happens when nonmetals and metals react with acid and base? Let us find out. Take sulfur powder in a test tube and with the help of a dropper add 5 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid, that is the HCl. Concentrated hydrochloric acid is very reactive and as well as dangerous. That is why we need to add water to decrease its chemical reactivity. Initially there will be no change. Try to heat the test tube. Nothing will happen. Bring a burning matchstick, then also nothing will happen. So that we can conclude that non-metals generally don't react with acids. Our next experiment, we will find out that metal reacts with acids and they usually release hydrogen as a result of the reaction. Let us find out. Now take 4 test tubes. Put a magnesium ribbon in one, a small piece of aluminium in second one, iron filling in third and a small copper wire in the fourth one. By using a dropper, add 5 ml of dilute HCl or hydrochloric acid to each of the test tube. If you see no reaction, heat the test tube gently, as heating always speeds up any reaction. Remember to be very careful in this experiment. Now take a burning matchstick near the mouth of each of the test tube like this. Then observe what happened. You will hear a slight pop sound on the first 3 test tubes and not on the fourth one, which contains copper. The pop was because of hydrogen was released in the reaction in the first 3 test tubes. Why? Because of hydrogen is a highly combustible gas and gives a pop sound when heated and combines with oxygen in the air to form water. Let's see the chemical equations of the reactions that took place in the test tube. If the first test tube contains magnesium, the reaction will be with hydrochloric acid and it will form magnesium chloride and it will also release the hydrogen gas. So here is the equation. In the second test tube, aluminium reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to form aluminium chloride and also release the hydrogen gas. So here is the reaction. Al is aluminium, HCl is hydrochloric acid and AlCl3 is aluminium chloride and H2 is hydrogen gas. In the similar way, iron reacts with HCl and it will form ferrous chloride, that is FeCl2. But in the fourth test tube, copper doesn't react with hydrochloric acid at all. However, it reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4, to form copper sulfate along with water and sulfur dioxide. Look at the reaction. So Cu will react with H2SO4. It will form CuSO4, that is copper sulfate, and SO2, that is sulfur dioxide and water. In the similar way, zinc also react with H2SO4 and form zinc sulfate and it produces hydrogen gas. Next is reaction with bases. First of all, we have to prepare a fresh solution of sodium hydroxide by using sodium pellets. Sodium pellets should be handled with a plastic spatula as sodium hydroxide is very dangerous. It may burn your skin. After we will prepare the solution, we have to put a piece of aluminium in the test tube. If a burning matchstick is brought near the mouth of the test tube, we will observe that the gas is coming out and it will burn with a pop sound. So it is hydrogen. Every time with the reaction of whether it is acid or it is base, hydrogen gas will evolve with a pop sound from the test tube. So when we will perform the activity number 4.6, we have to remember that the mouth of the test tube should be away from our face because of the acids can be very reactive. So you will find this table in here 4.5. So we have to write the reaction of metals and non-metals with acids. Magnesium, aluminium and iron will react with hydrochloric acid, but copper will not. But it will react with the sulfuric acid. So write down the reactions accordingly. Charcoal and sulfur, they both are non-metal, so they will not show any result. So students, complete this table. Now all metals are not equally reactive, as sodium reacts with water vigorously but iron doesn't. So let us perform an activity to understand the reactivity of different metals. In displacement reaction, the reaction in which a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal. To perform the activity, we have to take 5 beakers and we have to label them 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then we have to take 50 ml of water in each beaker. After that, add copper sulfate in beaker 1 and 2 and zinc sulfate in beaker 3 and 5 and iron sulfate in beaker 4. Now add some iron nails in beaker 2 and 5. Now add some copper turning ore pieces in the beaker 3 and 4 and zinc granule in beaker 1. Keep the beaker undisturbed for few times and observe carefully. You will observe the color of copper sulfate solution in beaker 1 and 2 is changed, but there will be no changes in the beaker number 3, 4 and 5. In beaker 1, Zn, that is the zinc, replaces copper from the copper sulfate solution, that is CuSO4, to form ZnSO4, that is the zinc sulfate, and it will release the Cu. Because of this, the blue color of copper sulfate disappears and reddish brown substance, that is the copper, deposited at the bottom of the beaker. Similarly, Fe, that is the iron, replaces copper from the copper sulfate solution. Hence, the color of the solution changes from blue to green and a reddish brown substance get deposited on the iron nails. So we can conclude that the displacement reaction takes place between the more reactive metals to the less reactive metal of that solution. How do we determine that which metal will displace which metal? So you will find that the zinc is above the copper. That means zinc is more reactive than copper. So zinc can displace or take place the place of copper and sit in the place of copper in the copper sulfate solution, and copper will be left alone and it will be settled down at the bottom of the solution. Now look at the position of Fe or iron. Iron is lying above the copper. So iron is more reactive than copper. That is why iron replaces copper in copper sulfate solution. It will form FeSO4 and the copper will be deposited on the iron nails. According to the reactivity series that I have given you, zinc is more reactive than copper. That is why zinc replaces copper sulfate. Similarly, Fe is also more reactive than copper. That is why Fe replaces copper in copper sulfate solution. In case of beaker 3 and 5, we took zinc sulfate solution, and iron cannot displace zinc as zinc is more reactive than iron. Look at the series. Copper also cannot displace zinc as it has less reactivity than zinc. That is why those beakers will not show any reactions. According to this reactivity series, displacement reactions take place. Things to remember: Metals react with acids and produce metal salts and hydrogen gas. Like Zn plus H2SO4, it will form ZnSO4 or zinc sulfate and it will produce hydrogen gas. Generally, non-metals do not react with acids. Some metals react with bases to produce hydrogen gas. More reactive metals displace less reactive metals from their compounds in aqueous solution. Reactions of nonmetals with bases are pretty much complex. Go through the reactivity series that I have given you to understand those reactions in a better way. So read and write all the reactions in your copy. Thank you, students.